security team was right behind him to his right about 4 feet. I was standing to Richard's right about another 6 feet when the individual got up, produced a shotgun, shot Richard, because Richard and I were both drawing our weapons at the same time, which is shown on the live stream. Then he shot Richard, then shot, Tony Wallace. At that point, I didn't have a clear shot because people were standing up. I finally got about a second later, had a clear shot, and I took the shot. The shooter went down. Went over to cover and pulled the shotgun away from his body. And then, other people that are armed in the church that are part of the security team, came forward, to help, in case he did try to get up, which he did not.
Sir, how did you know that he was potentially...
He had on a fake beard and a fake wig with a toboggan on his head and wearing a long coat. From where I was standing, I could see his right hand at all times, pretty much at all times. Could not see his left hand. And apparently, with the shotgun he had, which was a 18-inch short barrel, 12 gauge, with a pistol grip on it, which is a legal firearm, he had it evidently in his pocket. I don't know this for fact. Evidently in his pocket and underneath his armpit, underneath the the long coat. I know he discharged 2 rounds and possibly a 3rd round as he was going down, because one round went towards the front of the sanctuary. After he shot Richard and Tony, he went and started towards the front of the sanctuary, and that's when I was able to engage him, and I fired 1 round.
You had eyes on him the moment he walked in the door?
Sir,
from the time he walked in the door, we had eyes on him, both physical eyes and cameras.
Are you processing this? I mean, what are you thinking, or is it just instinct? You see a weapon and you draw yours?
My training, says that if I see a weapon, especially in that scenario, because that is my job, I am the deacon in charge of security at the church. And the people that were on the security team, we have spent numerous hours training and working on just this type of scenario, hoping it never happens. And those people who have known me and been in my classes know from the past, you train, but you hope you never have to go to that extreme. But if you do, your training will kick in, and that was evident yesterday.
You mentioned that you took a pause because there were people in the area.
And there were people in front of me, between the shooter and myself, trying to get, because the chaos that erupted when he shot the first time, some of the people stood up and were trying to get in the way. I had to wait just a second because the whole thing was less than 6 seconds from start to finish. And, that was, I had to make sure I didn't hit it, someone, a member there, as they were right in front of me.
And at any point, did you want to go check on Tony and Richard? You've talked about them right now. It sounds like they were friends.
Because other people were already coming in to check on them, my goal was to make sure the shooter didn't get up. And, when I went over to cover him, I wanted to make sure that he was not going to get up. So that was my focus.
When you approached him, I'm sorry. No worries. When you approached him, did he say anything? Did he do anything?
There was no verbal communication out of him whatsoever at that point. He was down. He was bleeding profusely from his head, and the only movement was, just body twitching, which, happens, when someone is in that condition where they're about to die.
The rounds that put him down were yours?
Yeah, there was only one. I only fired 1 round, and it was, the only shot I had, which, was a headshot, which, in my classes I teach not to take headshots, but, that was